What's up, y'all? This your dog DP. And it's another episode on the Urban Post, man, which is a segment of the Kingpin Chronicles. I'm gonna be touching on subjects in the community, and it's part of the culture that I feel, need to be touched on, reacted to, or just, giving our opinion on it. And I shared a post earlier today. It's late. I had a busy day. And I told you I was going to bring it to the podcast, and we here. So now that you're here, just take a few seconds, right below the video, subscribe to the channel, right? Hit the little bell, turn on the notifications so that you'll get a notification every time we drop some more content, giving our reactions, or whatever it may be. We also got some interviews that's supposed to be going on. We're gonna make no promises on that because people got busy schedules and it's hard to get that thing timed. But we definitely got some things in the works that's gonna be coming. Books, documentaries, all kind of stuff we're working on in the background, trying to get this going. That's kind of the issue with why we ain't really coming with content. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves with what we pushing. But in the meantime, y'all do make sure y'all subscribe and like, share the channel, man. Help us get out there, man, because some kind of message got to be put out there to counter the stuff that's going out there to the youth and just being portrayed as quote-unquote culture. And I kind of lead right into the topic of this video, which is Rick Ross always gonna fall on the cross because I'm from Florida and he's probably our biggest artist right now. So it's kind of something that I want to speak on. It came up in our interview when we had correctional officers. One of the former correctional officers is now DJing and he's in the music and stuff. So when I asked him about music and how it was affecting the culture, he didn't see that it affected the culture in a way that music could be blamed. And I let it go. I should have pushed back a little bit to get a little bit more of his perspective on that. We probably could get them back because they cool. And they was real cool, man. And we had a good time. But I really didn't agree with that when I was a younger man, and I was young and I was wild and I was living the life. I didn't see it and I denied it. I was telling people, man, ain't no music made me do nothing. I'm doing this because I want to do it, right? But it's not about the music making you do it. It's about influence, right? And some stuff influence us that we're conscious or aware of, and some stuff influence us that's subconsciously influencing us, and that means that we're not aware of the influence that it makes on us, right? And Rick Ross, I listened to his music, man, and I can remember my first time hearing him. I was actually I was sitting in the county jail, waiting to go through the court process. And, everybody got their head. I might have been doing some county time, but you got your headphones. Back then, you had the headphones and playing the radio. And he was getting a lot of radio spins with that. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. And I was young, and that was the mentality that I had. So I would say that now the music ain't influencing me. It's just something that speak to how I'm already living. But when I got out, every day I was hustling. So. I listen to his music and respect to him. Big ups to the brother and anybody that's able to take and make a living off of putting some words together. And it's an art, and it definitely takes some talent to do it. So he definitely got that. But what I was speaking on more particularly was the music industry, right? And the way that the music industry does not seem to be putting the money behind these positive. We ain't got no more comments. Nas, he got a little gangsta aspect to him, but he ain't negative. He ain't pushing you off the edge type of route. You got drill rap now. What happened to R&B? You know, we don't got no true R&B music no more. You know, everything is about, you know, a real wild sex life, drugs, violence, and a bunch of money, and being flamboyant and flossy. And I understand that that's the culture, right? But I'm saying that it's going too far, and we're being pushed over the edge by what's being disguised as the culture. And you know, it's a stark contrast in being going from a CEO to a music artist that's talking about lifestyle of being a kingpin drug dealer, and making it seem like all of that you obtain from your craft, your art, your talent, right? You're making the world, right? The youth, people that, you know, everybody ain't that quick out here. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like the all of the music, you know, and Ross just happened to be the person that came up. I saw that stuff on TikTok and all of that, so I shared the post, and I might make it a part of the video when I edit it. But Ross, just on the cross, I apologize, bro. You know, I respect what y'all do, man, as far as making a living, but I do think that y'all, once you get to a certain level, you got to mature. You got to grow. You got to go to another level. You got to be like some of the bigger people we have seen in the game. You know what I'm saying? That we might not see their faces as much, but they moving, and they presence is felt. You know, you don't have to be so like this video really getting him done bad, where he came out and talking about the person that most of the world feel like he got his name and his entire persona from. You know, when it's a known fact that you was what you was, and that ain't talking down on you, because I know some cool COs. I know some real down COs, just like Jed had his 2 down COs come on the podcast. When I was in prison, you know, that's how you touch the outside world. So if you really move in a shaking, you know, you got any kind of game, the officer's gonna be your way in. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I made my moves with some officers that was cool, and they was officers. It was a job, so we understand that. You know, so I'm not knocking it for being a CO at all, and I got family members that are in law enforcement and COs and all of that stuff, so I can't knock him for having a job and, you know, doing something with his life, and that was the path he chose. But our problem with these rappers that's out here portraying a lifestyle that they really ain't living, that they never really lived, that they never was a part of. And, you know, it's kind of hard for the dudes that really live that life, that see the dangers, that see the harms, that see that it's getting worse. It ain't the same as what we was doing out there when we was in the streets, you know. It's a completely different beast that's out there. These kids, these young dudes, they're playing with weapons. They don't got no regard for life, man. We see what just went on right there in Clearwater, man. And these kids, man, you know. And as long as, like I said in another video that I did, as long as you got the dudes that they look up to, and whether we think they look up to us or not, they look up to us in a manner to where that we the images that they see of themselves in the future. So they striving to become these things, and then when you rapping or when you putting it in their mind that these the ways that you achieved it, you know, irregardless of what you're doing. I mean, it don't really matter if you in the background really a businessman and you got all these businesses and whatever, if that's not what you putting out there. You know, every now and then you might throw it in a bar, a couple bars in a song about it, but you ain't really You ain't really putting that out there, man, and that's what we need from music. When I grew up, we didn't have the type of music that's out here now. So I'm gonna give us a pass for not really letting music influence us in a way, or maybe it did influence us. It just wasn't the way that it does now, because I didn't learn none of the stuff that I learned in the streets from music, to be honest, or TV or none of that. I learned it from, I was just real, I was watching the dudes that I was around, the older dudes in the neighborhood and my community, and I learned that way. But now it's been enhanced, because not only do we got our communities and our neighborhoods and those type of things influencing us, we got what's being quoted as the culture. All of our TV shows, all of our movies, all of our music, all of our everything is rooted in a style to where that it's molded off of it. I hate to say it, but it's molded off of the way that we rock it. So it pulled all of the flashy, all of the enticing stuff from how we was really living, and now they dangle it in front of the kids and in front of the youth and make that what they thrive to have. All I want, some big jewelry and designer clothes and foreign cars. But now the older ones are like I ain't that old, but I'm talking about the mindset to tell the dudes, okay, if you're gonna get money, do something positive with the money. Invest the money in property, invest the money in business, invest the money in something that's gonna take care of you, instead of throwing the money away on looking like, and really make yourself look like a sore thumb. Because at the end of the day, if these dudes are really doing what they telling y'all in these music, the characters they're portraying in these movies, then the ones that is doing it, you see what's happening to them on the news, and federal indictments and robberies and murders and everything that come with it. That's the real truth to it. And it's so bad to where that I don't think these kids care no more. I don't think they care whether they're going to do a license no more. I don't think they care whether they get killed or not. I don't think they care because it's been made into a symbol of success. You know, you ain't no real nigga if you ain't went to the pen or to the feds and kept it solid and don't snitch and the code and the rules and all that bullshit that everybody that's in there, right, was following them rules, right, and somebody wasn't, right? So that lets you know, right, that since the beginning, since they opened the first goddamn jail, motherfuckers been telling, right? Motherfuckers been cooperating, motherfuckers been crab in the barrel mentality one way or the other, you know? Even if it's, I'm over here chilling, doing my thing, I'm on the low, right? But my homeboy flaunting and flashing and everybody know what he doing because of the way he live. Now, I get knocked off because of an investigation that this fool squad with it. So it's just madness, man. And I know a lot of people gonna disagree and be with you hating, he got millions of dollars and he this and he that. I don't care about no money. I don't care about nothing that nobody got, because I'm content with my life and what I got going on. See what I'm saying? And I can't compete with them. Like I said, that's why I started off the video saluting all of them dudes and telling, making it a fact and making it known that I respect what they do, and I respect how they made something out of nothing. But at the end of the day, at some point, you gotta grow up. You gotta grow up and say, okay, I'm there. I use my story to get me here, right? But now that I'm here, I gotta preach the message and tell people that I worked hard to get here, right? I worked hard to get here. I put in the work, and now I'm reaping the benefits. Not put in all this work crawling from the bottom to get to the top, and then get to the top and lie about how you got there to trick other people into thinking they can get there that kind of way. I think that's dishonest. I think that's, not genuine. But at the end of the day, all studio gangsters been a thing since rap came out. Because it was a way for people to get in the game and put on a costume and make the world love you. You know what I'm saying? And this go all the way back to Tupac, right? Those of us that's old enough to really know the Tupac that came out with the Brenda's Got a Baby and all that, but not the same Tupac as All Eyes on Me. Tupac got with the gang thing and all of that. Tupac was different. He was a different person, and it wasn't the same Tupac. But that money did that. You know what I'm saying? And the influence, right? The people that he was around. And look what happened. So we need a counter to all of that negativity being pushed out here. Bad mentality being put into our people. Our people through a bunch of different means, man. They're playing with our psychology, man, and they're using subtle tricks. They're doing things to you that you don't think is an issue, that don't seem like a problem until it's a problem, right? And another thing with these kids, man, that I don't like to see, and it's gonna seem harsh, but I ain't here for you to like me. I'm here for you to learn from it. For you to take what you can and try to fix the problem. I'm not perfect, you know what I'm saying, and I ain't got the best results out of my life, but at some point we got to realize what the problem is first, right, before we can start taking steps to change what's going on and the results that we get. So with that said, man, I'm gone, man. Let's just try to, change the message, change the image, and change the goals, right, for the young people, man. Give them something different to thrive for and something positive to be. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share. I'm DP, Urban Culture.